We would always go camping during the summers. Actually, we would go camping a lot during the summers. We would go to our local county park, which was not too far from our house, but it was far enough that it felt like we were still getting away. Hi guys, I'm Jessalyn Lippert, and this is day 68 of my series, 100 Days of Abundance. This one time in particular, my brother was allowed to bring a friend, and he decided to bring Chauncey. I don't remember exactly how old we were when this camping trip happened, but Chauncey and my brother were 2 years older than I was. And we had this campsite where there's always like the picnic table, the fire pit, place to put the tents, your car can park in it as well. And we ended up being like on this top of this like cliff kind of. And so the backside of our campsite went down this huge hill and there were a lot of rocks. And I remember we were all playing around the rocks. We were throwing them down this hill, just as normal kids pick up rocks and throw them. Well, Chauncey, and I don't know if he was directing it directly at me, but he ended up kicking a rock. And that rock hit another rock and it split into two. Now one piece went flying off somewhere, and the other piece went directly into my foot. So there I was standing there with a rock sticking out of my foot, and I'm sure I cried, I'm sure I screamed. I'm not exactly sure if this happened in the beginning of the camping trip, the middle, or the end. This could have ruined our entire trip, but it didn't. We stayed. My mom, being a nurse, was able to clean my foot and prep it, and so I could do whatever I needed to do until the lifeguards were there the next day so that we could get some more first aid from them. I probably should have gone and gotten stitches, but we didn't do that either. I spent the rest of the camping trip with my foot bandaged up and then a plastic bag over it to keep it clean, duct taped or taped to my leg. I might have walked a little bit slower or played a little bit lighter that camping trip, but I still had a really good time. Looking back, I realize how resilient I was. And it's moments like this from our childhood where we start to build up resiliency. Oh, and I'm sure I cried, I'm sure I complained, I'm sure I was in a lot of pain. I don't remember those things. What I remember is going into the lake with a plastic bag over my foot so my foot didn't get wet. And I remember getting first aid from the lifeguards. And I remember having fun and being a kid. Who knew that little girl would be so resilient then to even be more resilient now? Thanks guys for watching. See you tomorrow.